please the men and the people there to adapt or to convincingly pull or attract other people from other gods, other people who have their own worship, whatever, to be inspired or embraced into their culture and their religion. Maybe that's what the idea is about. Trying to opening the scope and opening room for people or more people to glorify their God. That can also be the case. But why is it necessary for man to go through all that length if it's not being done by the Spirit and it's done by the men? Why would you go all that length and not allow God to be God? Let it be. Let God be God. There's so many other spirits there. Now we see that this charitable means was not achieving its aim, either being the Muslim charity or the Christian charity or the Buddhist charity. They are not achieving their aim. Obviously, you can see clearly. People take the benefits of the charity that comes up, charitable and the charitable items that comes up, but they are not convinced, or they don't end up converting themselves to anything. A few get caught up into it, but many don't. Sometimes if you are put in a situation where you are forced, if you really need help and you're not getting it from your end, and it means that you have to pretend to be something to get it from the other end because he's got it, you do so. It's all coming from what? The resources of life and wherever the other person has got that you probably need, and you can get it from your end, you have to buy. Rather, it should have been a challenge for every individual. If you don't have something and you're not getting it, ask your God, let him give it to you. If your God isn't giving to you, your conscience should tell you something. Rather, you use your own means to get it from the other, and still you're praising your God. And the other who gives it to you has given it to you honestly, thinking that, you see, I've given you something from my God. You don't want to adapt to my God or accept that my God is the provider. And you want to give glory to your God. Meanwhile, your God didn't give you anything. You came to me and take from me. So all the religions, all the factions, you think about it and you ask yourself, how are we going to be able to let our God be God for us? Everything you need in life, ask from your God. You see, the separation is causing a great harm, differences. Division among us is really standing as a stumbling block. Now, is it necessary? Maybe it is. I'm not too keen about that. The thing is, finding the true source of life is all matters. If the true source of life is from different, diverse spirits, so be it. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, maybe that's why some are looking black, some are looking white, some are looking pink, some are looking chocolate, some are looking. That's why we're all looking so different. Because maybe the spirits are different and they all created their own people. So the idea of the Bible saying there's only one man that was created, maybe that's wrong. Because the Bible says they created one man, Adam and Eve, and then they created another woman. And they were the only people that everybody came out of. And in the storyline, you realize that there were other people somewhere that Adam and his family had to have his sons ended up going to marry those people or getting involved with those people in order to, procreate. So who are wicked in here? I mean, there was other creation. It wasn't just that. But whoever God is, exalt himself, as my dear friend was suggesting. Every God exalts himself. So that God, the Christian God, or Jehovah, exalts himself to his people to tell them, I'm the only true God. But in so many ways, he's telling them as his own people. A father would tell to his children, I'm your only father. And of course, he's the only father that gave birth to you. You don't have two fathers. I don't have two fathers. I have one father. There may be other people who are the age of my father and look like gentlemen who have got similar children of my age, but they are not my father. The honest thing is, the truthful thing is that I have only one father. You have only one father. So your father will tell you everything honestly, and he's not wrong to say that. Jehovah saying to his people, that, or the Jews or whoever it is that he adopted, I am your father. I am your only God. There's no other God except me. Don't worship any other God. Worship just me. You see, He's speaking in the confines of his own jurisdiction. And there is nothing wrong about that. Allah will say the same thing to Muhammad and all the people that he was able to bring together to his school. That I am the only Allah, the only God for you. You don't go for anybody. I am the only one who created you. I have formed you. But that also does not justify that Allah truly created those people. He has adapted them. He is colonizing them. He is leading them. Jehovah is the one leading the Jews. There's no other but them. He is the only one. He adapted them. He instilled them the law. He instilled into them the laws and the characters that will develop their lives to sort of build the norms that they lead on, or the morals that they have. The Buddhists also have got their own. They have carved an image that looks to them the God that they believe in. There are so many other worships. And so wherever you go, any group you fall into, the speech and the words that in there is not generally for everybody. He's talking to his own children, his own followers. If you become adapted, adapted into the family, then you also must see that those who are in there are seeing. But what I'm talking here is, whatever you are seeing in your group, are you a seeker for an ultimate God? Because you are misquoting the presentation or the words that has been put before you in the book of the Bible or the Quran, which is saying that I'm the ultimate God, by saying that he is the ultimate God for everybody. And that is where you have your challenge. That is where you have your debate. That is where you are having your difficulty with other people who are saying that, what are you talking about? You are a Christian. I'm a Muslim. You deal with Jehovah. I deal with Allah. Why do you think that my father is Jehovah? My father's name is Allah. And it's right. And you are also right. But if you are wrong, if you are trying to let him who is for Allah believe that he is for Jehovah, and you are trying so hard to let that it's the same God. No. If you believe there are many gods, then it's not the same. You don't have the same fathers. That's why you don't look the same. That's why you all have different cultures and different. I don't know how people are trying to blend it and say that it is just because our approach has made things different. What if it's not your approach? You are inspired to do what you are doing true according to you and your books, that you believe that it is God who are your Allah or God or whichever God you believe has inspired you and told you what to do, and you are doing that. So it is not necessarily your idea. You weren't born with any idea. Every child who was born, he was born with an empty mind. We grow to have the idea through religion and culture. Your parents will culture you or religiously bring you up to know what you know. So the common sense, the ideas, the religion you believe you get it from there. You were not born with anything. Even the clothes you wear, it was given to you by your parents, and you grow to learn to buy your own. The life you lead, makeup, whatever you do, any attachment you bring to you, that's it. You were born naked. And so sometimes you should know that you are to be buried naked, not to be worn clothes when you are being buried. You don't need that, because you didn't come with anything. You have to go with nothing. But I'm just saying that, it's good to make ourselves decent at all times when we can. There's nothing wrong with putting clothes on and being buried, when dressing somebody and burying that person. There's nothing wrong with that. But it really brings, it makes the whole idea that I'm trying to present more plain if people are refusing to get the picture or to understand. To go straight to the point and say this is what it should is really like. But we have to choose to spicy it up. Fine, let us spicy our life up. I'm wearing a nice looking clothes. I am spicing my life up. If I was to take all this off, you see the true me, the real me right there. But I'm shy to do just that. What's the point? Because I'm living in a society. Why should I do that? The society is not working out there naked. Why should I go out and look naked? If I was born in a society where everybody is looking naked, it would have been normal to do that. But that isn't what I was born into. The society have believed and accepted certain things, and that is what we are talking about. Those things we have accepted does not make us natural. It makes us unnatural, But it doesn't make being unnatural doesn't mean that we are bad or we are worse off or we are no. It's just taking us to the level